Hey fam, it's Jay Lobos coming back to you on another episode, and this is actually a follow-up to my last video regarding being sued, or you have a collection company that's getting crazy. They're actually coming after you. They're calling you, telling you that they are going to go ahead and sue you. And if you guys didn't check out that video, go back. You're actually going to go ahead and get some information on steps that you can take on how to overcome, how to address. So for you guys out there checking out the channel for the first time, consider liking and subscribing, because on this channel, I'm going to bring you guys a lot of value regarding credit repair, credit restoration, finance, business credit, that information. So let's go ahead and dive into it, because now we're literally on the second part, and I wanted to go ahead and follow through with regards to what the next steps that you guys could possibly be taking if you guys are right now going through a situation that you're actually being sued, or even worse, you've already been sued, or in this particular case, you had a process server that came to your house or found you, or if you're still in the process of evading the process server, we have to address the situation, guys. Nevertheless, the debt, the balance, it's not gonna go away. So if you've already been served and you got the physical paperwork, one of the things that I always tell people is the documents that you receive, there has to be a clerk of court stamp. So the same thing happens, which obviously I was talking in my last video, because sometimes you might get something that might come from the courts, public record information. Attorneys use that, they send it over to consumers, and guess what? It's not fully processed, they haven't invested any money in it, and they're just technically fishing. So this has to have the seal of the clerk of courts from wherever you're from, whatever state or whatever city in this particular case. So, or also, you've already gone onto your credit report. You found that the collection that continues to call you, telling you they're going to sue you, it's actually on your credit report. So what are your options really? Because obviously right now we have to make heads or tails of this. And the first thing that I always go ahead and encourage to people to do, don't panic. The creditor has a process. They're obviously trying to collect money that they've given to a consumer, you in this particular case, and they haven't been able to collect. So all they're doing is following certain processes. So the first thing is don't panic. Another thing that you guys are going to have to go ahead and do, my suggestion, go through the documentation. Don't put this away. Don't put this somewhere where you're going to forget, because if you don't show up to court, you don't get there, guess what? Automatically you're going to forfeit, and they're going to award the judgment to the creditor. That creditor can take that judgment and they could use it for other things. They could do a bank levy, a garnishment of wages. They could take away your tax money. They could put a lien on a property or on a business. So we don't want that. Nevertheless, this has to be handled. And I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys a few tips on how to overcome that, or what can you do to negotiate it so that you're able to maximize, and in this particular case, negotiate for pennies on the dollars. So for you guys out there, obviously checking out the channel, consider liking, subscribing, sharing this, because obviously I'm going to continue to bring you guys more value. Nevertheless, once you've been served and you've already gone into the credit report, you've seen the collection, now we have to address it. You've seen the clerk of court stamps, you got the credit report. Stay tuned for the next video so I could go ahead and share with you guys a few techniques on how to negotiate that debt, so that we're able to go ahead and take care of it. And also, what can you do to improve your credit report? Because at the end, it does not make sense for us to pay off these accounts and still be left in the dust regarding the information still being on our credit report. So if we're able to not only delete the information, but again, also handle the debt, I think it's gonna be in your best interest. So stay tuned for video number 3.